of just wrestling hard. If he can show his effort being at a higher level, perhaps he might be able to make the opponent succumb to a loss just because of the high effort.
A guy that hopes to be an orthopedic surgeon someday, you'd say. He probably knows the 206 bones in the body pretty well, right? Might be able to use that for a takedown.
I hope so, right? Well, good for him. We know he'd be strong enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Not easy to move the bones around like that. All 206. Maybe some easier than others.
Yeah.
Good grapple and takedown. Nearly there. But 3 points awarded for Fernandez. Trying to find a spot to initiate the near fall. 7-3 Cornell leads after 3 bouts rather. And an escape for Pepe.
So he'll take the point there. Still, again, another first period where Cornell has been the first to draw blood.
And Fernandez qualified for NCAAs for the first time in his career last year. Went 1-2 in that tournament. Won his first EIWA title. All Ivy a season ago. 24-9 overall. 5-0 in duels against Ivy opponents. So he was ready for conference wrestling. And with every team making it this season, after the push by the Ivy League coaches, all 6 will compete in the weekend of March 9th.
I think it's a smart move. I think that's what that's what fans want to see. That's what players want as well. A chance at the end of the season to prove themselves. And I think it'll make for an exciting season too.
All the matches seem to matter more, right? Because you're getting to see these guys once again, possibly. And from what I know about wrestlers, ball sports don't always translate. So if he's got a good shot, I bet it doesn't take a lot. And he's taking his shots right now against Ethan Fernandez. Back to neutral they go. Fernandez gets the point for the escape.
Pepe opting to work up off the mat from the ground up. Normally a good technique.
Good wrap around. Near fall. Had to be, at least, for Titus Gottbold. He says no. Ethan Fernandez, a great move on Jaden Pepe.
He had a real chance at some points there. It was a spectacular move, regardless, to get Pepe on the mat. Showing some real quickness.
And 45 remain in the second.
Not a ton of riding time here in this matchup. Just 2 seconds for Fernandez here in this set.
Fernandez back on top.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah, works the takedown as well. And he had the leg squeezed there from Pepe. And he'll just let this ride out to the end of the second. You know, for Ethan Fernandez, last matchup against Lehigh, Mike Gray just felt like Ethan let the Lehigh kids stay around the match too much. Got to get offensive early, make big moves early, and take his shots, and so far he's done that.
Absolutely. Able to get those last couple points there in the second period is huge now going into the third. He has a comfortable lead, but he wants to take advantage. He wants to end this thing here.
And Cornell is a team dominating today. They finished third in the 28 EIWA championships as well.
Yeah, I'd say there's a reason why Cornell has claimed 22 straight here against the Crimson.
Right. And by the way, 25 NCAA champions, not championships for the team, but individual wrestlers garnering that glory at different weight classes. There's a reason why they're garnered as some of the best in the Ivy. Less than a minute to go. Fernandez in control against Pepe.
Pepe claiming a point back there again. Again, not going to be enough. He's still 5 down. Going to have to get a lot more aggressive here. Going for the ankle, going for the takedown. He's going to need a fall or something close to it.
Good move by Fernandez. Another takedown. There's been domination from Ethan Fernandez. Obviously quickly learning from that Lehigh match where he perhaps let his opponent stay in it a little too long. He's dominated from the jump today.
And that's what you love to see as a coach as well, just seeing your player take criticism, take feedback, and apply it. He's done that today, and I think his coach will really appreciate that from him.
And 149 goes the way of the Big Red. Well, Diego Sotelo set the tone for Harvard with the early lead, but it has been all Big Red so far. Ethan Fernandez, 2 technical fall victories already this season, and he dominated once again. Didn't get the TF, but gets the added points and another dual victory under his belt for 2024-2025. Coming the last match before our intermission. Shapiro of Cornell, number 2 in Class 157, the best technical wrestler, going on to the best technical wrestler for Harvard. Jimmy Harrington, 30th in 157.
I'd say this is the big one. This is what people were excited to see. Obviously, we had the 125 as well, but going into today's match, this is the one that I think is really going to be a pulse check on how the rest of this matchup will go.
Early escape there for Jimmy Harrington. And the captains on this team. He's the quiet leader in the practice room. A bit of a blip last week against Navy, falling in that duel. But according to Jay Weiss, when you watch Jimmy wrestle, just sit in your chair because you know something good is going to happen. That was one of the favorites from the meeting with Jay earlier this week. Shapiro gained that early 3 with the takedown.
Yeah, he's a guy that can make things happen, real student of the game. You'd probably assume that a lot of Ivy League players are real students of the game, right? But he takes it to another level. Tough start for him, though.
Wrestler 157, leading by 5 already. And out of the circle they go. Harrington, a chance to regain some points here in the first.
Seemed like Shapiro almost guided him outside of that circle.
Yep. And Jay Weiss also let us know, as far as Jimmy's concerned, he's probably the toughest guy to keep in the bottom. One of the best escape artists, and you see it right there. Shapiro, aggressive on the takedown.
Hard fall for Harrington there.
No doubt. Harrington keeping the blades up. Another 2 for Meyer Shapiro. High riding time as well in the first.
Meyer's just been so impressive here in the first period alone. Already a score of 11-2. Just true domination.
And Shapiro just trying to control that left arm there. That'll round out the first. Excellent showing in the first period by Meyer Shapiro. He's on a 19-match winning streak. He's on a 19-match winning streak, rather.
Now he'll have to show his prowess from the bottom here, something he definitely can do, as we see very early.
And going to the NCAAs, won 19 in a row last season. 27-3. He started out the year a little bit hairy by his own standards, and 15-2. And that's going to be a tech fault. By all accounts. Shapiro, the tech fault victory, 18-3. Cornell having their best guy make quick work in Cornell might be technically the same or better. And so how they combat that is through their effort. And so far, Cornell's still been able to beat him on the technical.
Yeah. Need to put in a lot of overdrive there. Need to be strong. Need to be...
Cale Berg, the captains of this squad, competed the EIW champs last season at 157. Finished with a 6-9 record. Missed almost all of the first semester with a knee injury. And he'll face up against fellow senior Julian Ramirez, 3-0 this season, ranked number 5 in 165. And it just doesn't stop with this Cornell roster. They are stacked from top to bottom, lightest to heaviest. And Ramirez has both feet of Berg. He's going to try to work to twist him down. And now he works on top. Ramirez made the NCAAs for the third year in a row. Last season went to the round of 12. 3 seasons in a row. All Ivy for the second time last year as well.
Just one match away from being an All-American 3 years in a row. A guy that's so good and yet somehow has a lot to prove still. That's someone that, as a coach, you feel for him, but also you can use that too.
It just shows how good 165 has been over the last few years. If somebody like Julian Ramirez, as much success as he's had, especially in the regular season and in the postseason, to still not garner All-American status, a bit of a surprise. So, especially for someone who pulled off one of the top upsets of the season his freshman year, knocking off number 1 ranked Shane Griffith of Stanford. Dominant wrestler. Trying to work underneath to get the shoulder blades down there of Cale Berg. Got Berg all suspended underneath here. And that's the victory.
I mean, it would be a tough one here. Berg had a valiant effort, but again, that's a quick one.
You find yourself, if you're Cale Berg, ready to compete, right, and only last one period. Unfortunate for the Crimson. And Julian